Now we give that like a couple of minutes so everybody gets a notification. What few followers we actually have.
Yep.
So they get their notification, right?
Yep.
I'm about to send out all the stuff we need. Can they hear us?
A little bit. Alright. You guys muted on there?
Yeah, it's muted.
Alright, so let me send this stuff out.
Switch accounts.
There. Some there. 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 Oh, Caleb's already talking to us?
Yep, I got it on my tablet, dude. You know how weird it is hearing the music on this end and then on this end?
My brother's already sending me messages and shit.
Mod down, mod down. Jamie, you don't have it muted on the output in, by the way.
There's today. Well, just turn your mics off.
Fuck. Hey everybody, we're getting ready to go live. I just wanted to simply say that here in a little bit, we're actually going to ask a question. Now, this question that you will be receiving, we want your answers. Now, to simply do that, go into chat, type in the word answer, put in a space or like a little dash or something to that nature, and then a semicolon, whatever, and tell us what your answer is. Because if we see the word answer straight away, we can look at it, and it's not just a normal part of the conversation. We'll be on in about
2 minutes.
Yeah, about
Less.
2 minutes. So we'll see you then.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain!
Let's do this.
Oh, man. Man. Guess who's back?
The fat man.
It's been lonely without you, sir.
I haven't noticed.
It was fun, but it was hell.
Well,
Wait, you guys ready to get this show started?
I am ready.
Shall we do the intro, ladies and gentlemen?
Let's do it.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Kyle the Irishman Morrow, and welcome to Nobody's Listening on audio
Alex Fat Man Gregory.
On video,
James Papa Fuzzy Leach.
and you're with us live. Man, oh man, last week's episode was just kind of
Yeah.
We
Let's be
apologize.
honest. I mean, everything relied on a phone call that never happened.
It wouldn't work. So
No matter what we did the Skype. We tried, what was it, like Google Plus and Hangout. And
Yeah. Ended up having to pre-record the
that was not
Alex's side. I had to download it, or not download, but I had to attach it to a browser stream on OBS and not watch it until it was the show.
Do you know how hard it is to transfer something like that when it automatically plays and you can't get it to shut up?
Yes, but before I had to go because the wifey's driving, going from Jersey to York, I got to vaguely see y'all's reactions.
Please tell me you were like Sylvester Cat, like...
Dude, Sylvester, I had some like Lion King claws dug into that vehicle.
Long live the king. There's a truck!
Oh, and dear God, toll roads.
Yeah.
Really?
Toll roads everywhere.
Toll roads. Toll roads as far as the eye can
New
see.
York.
According to
New
what someone
York.
told us, we got a $50 fine coming in the mail. Because one of the lanes was marked Cash and Easy Pass. The green light was on, but the toll booth was closed. There was no one in it.
So they're making you do a $50 fine for that?
Supposedly. I'm going to chew them out myself and be like, what the...
Oh my God. All right.
Like, we're from Mississippi. We're not used to these fancy toll road bullshits. We pay our taxes. We pay our tags. We get to use
You
our
know what? We
roads.
will give you a $50 flipping fine for being on a private dirt road. How do you like that?
Yeah.
Don't tempt me.
Actually, you know what? We need to go ahead and ask the question real quick, and then Alex is going to tell us about his little adventure. James has a story. I have a story. And then the rest is just going to be a bunch of random crap that we're going to talk about. So, yeah, let's go ahead and ask the first question. How's chat doing? How are we looking?
Looking good.
We're looking good? All right, so the question of today is, and I want you guys to hear me out because I'd also like your answers as well.
Okay.
If you could pick one superpower, but it has to be somewhat useless. So no fly, no invisibility, no great strength.
Well, I've already got great strength, so.
You can't pick up a semi truck or a short bus.
Give me a chain and a pulley. Anyway, but
but-
it has to be a useless.
It kind of has to be a semi-useless, kind of like second hero kind of stuff.
Okay.
You know, the side stuff.
Okay.
Now you can't use brilliance or anything. None of that crap. Be honest with you, because I have an answer that would actually blow your mind. So really think about that. And chat, you get to answer this question as well.
Just remember when you type in your answer, type in answer, semicolon, then your answer.
Or just a line, something,
Just
something
some
to
kind of
separate
space,
so that
we know it's
get,
not part of the general chat.
Yeah, because that's going to be kind of weird. All right, so let's go ahead and start with what happened in New York and why you were there.
Okay, so the wife and I had planned a trip to fly into Philadelphia, Pennsylvania,
I was
drive
like,
up through Jersey, New York, and up to... sorry, folks, my brain is still in jet lag.
it's in jet lag.
It's in jet lag.
Okay.
It's bad. And then out of Boston the next Monday morning.
Boston.
Well, due to a fookery of them putting stuff in small print,
A kerfuckle.
we found out you had to have a major credit card now to rent a car if you're going from this point and dropping it off at another. You can drop it off at the same point, no problem for some reason, but not another.
Okay.
I don't understand this.
Me either.
I mean,
Everywhere down here I've done that with was fine with just taking a debit card, but up here it's considered a high-risk area, so they won't do it. I wonder why.
were you trying to like?
Were you going to
take-
steal the car?
Were
Was
you
you
going to
going to
steal the car from the
car?
ghetto?
It was a Versa. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. After this trip, I want a Versa,
Really?
Really?
Okay.
which I will get to that in the story part.
Okay. You know
So-
what people used to do when they rented cars?
By the way, the question was, useless superpower. A superpower, but it has to be borderline useless.
So no strength, no flying, no invisibility, no mad genius kind of ordeal. I mean, like, don't tell me that you want Wolverine claws or magical healing. Something that
Thank you, White
wouldn't-
Wolf.
that
You explained it in the chat very well.
Oh, okay. Well, something that would be considered semi-useless. What did he say? What did White Wolf say?
His was teleportation, but only to places I've been.
That would kind of be semi-useless, wouldn't
Yeah. Actually, I got to give it to Ron.
But you have to be there
I'm
first.
rich.
it? I'm rich.
A semi-useless superpower.
I want to say mine so bad, but I'm scared people will steal it. So
Oh.
We'll get ours at the end.
Back to the rent.
Yeah.
Back to the rental car thing.
Anyway, turned around, finally broke down, ate the $120 flight home ticket from Boston, and decided just to fly out back from Philadelphia.
How'd that taste?
thanks, Expedia.
It hurt.
Did you put enough
It hurt.
enough Mrs. Dash on it?
I actually cussed out some little dude in some office, I don't know where. I was pissed.
Were you triggered, sir?
Triggered wouldn't be the word, like psychotic.
I will come down there and feed you your own feet.
But anyway, we decided, okay, let's go ahead and just enjoy our time in Jersey and New York. And at this point, I was still Southern-fied. I'm like, I really don't want to be in fucking New York City, but
I don't want to be anywhere where I can't open carry.
there was a few places I'd wanted to see in New York,
Right there.
in the city itself.
And we lose feed. I'm waiting for YouTube to do that. You may want to get that off
Yeah,
the
I'll
table,
go ahead and
please.
put it up so you
Because
two
you know how liberal
don't get their
YouTube-
feelings hurt.
I know.
So we turned around and Thursday night stayed in, what was it called? Colts Neck.
Colts now.
Colts Neck, New Jersey.
That is like the most gangster name I think I've ever
It's
heard.
the most
for a
That is the
city
most
name.
country area I've ever seen. Like, I thought I was back home.
Really?
After leaving Philadelphia, headed to Red Bank, New Jersey, where y'all want to kill me for. This place looked like it was like off the road in the middle of nowhere here.
Wow.
Okay.
Beautiful inn, though. I got to give it to them. For the price and the inn itself, it felt like I was staying at Grandma's mansion.
Really?
Grandma's mansion.
Grandma's mansion, because you walk in, there's this beautiful staircase going up on the right. All of it's like wood grain entrance, antique
wow.
furniture on the right. It's a private owned inn.
You're expecting like a Southern Belle to come down and
Kind of,
Would you like
yeah.
some sweet tea, sir?
then out of nowhere you're
That's
just like,
what it felt
frankly,
like.
my dear, I don't give a damn.
Dude, they even had a fresh cut rose in a thing of water next to the bed.
Oh.
Like when I
Oh,
say this
fancy.
felt like Grandma's house, it felt like Grandma. Well,
It is not Grandma's
mansion.
house if you find a mint on the flipping pillow. I'm sorry. If it's a mint in the cabinet and it's a giant jar,
They actually had a glass bowl of mints at the desk. I kid you. That's why I
Were they
said
the same little cheap mints that grandmas were known for keeping in the little candy jar? Here's a cert.
actually
and
the
a cough
little
drop.
white Lifesavers candies.
Yeah.
So it fit perfect.
Oh,
And of
wow.
course, the wife's in the chat going, Expedia with exclamation marks.
Expedia.
Expedia, you have
Got some splaining to do, man.
you got a
you
lot of
guys?
explaining to do, and we side with Alex and Heather on
Well,
this
I
one.
told
Screw
y'all
you.
about our kerfunkled event in
Yeah.
2006 when we went to Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about that last episode.
But yes,
Okay.
if anyone ever goes up and wants to see the secret stash, check out the Colts Inn.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
The Colts Neck Inn Hotel
Yeah.
is beautiful. I mean, like I said, it reminded me of like staying in Grandma's mansion.
Was it like really good service and
Actually, yeah. Considering we were trying to work out all that other stuff at like midnight, and I was down there in the front little entryway, and me and
Yeah.
the lady sitting at the desk just chatting back and forth.
she's probably bored? Okay, so let's talk about the secret stash because I have a lot.
I want to know what it's like. I want to know
to
what
point
got
out
to
one
meet.
thing ahead of time.
Okay.
With you two cussing me out, it was not my idea to go.
Heather.
You got some splaining to do, man.
Lots of splaining.
It was
Why'd you
actually
take Alex?
her who mentioned.
We've known you longer. Actually, no, we've known her about the same amount of time as Alex has known her.
Actually, I've known her longer
You've
than
known her
both
longer.
of you.
Yeah.
So technically, I have that excuse on both ends. I am saved. I am good.
But I'm
yes,
default with
we
you.
decided to
I'm
go.
like an accessory.
Okay.
We decided to go on in to Red Bank, New Jersey, and the stash didn't open till 11 o'clock there.
Right.
And we showed up at like 10:15, and I was like, there's another place we need to go 15 minutes away. She went, where? The Quickie Mart. I love my wife. I love you. I'm pointing this out. I kid you not. She said, I thought it burned down. At the beginning of the second movie, they showed the fire. She thought they actually burned it down for the film.
Terrorist attack.
The
Quickie Mart.
Yeah,
the
the
Quickie
Quickie
Mart
I
was
left the
real.
coffee
Mart.
pot
Look.
on, didn't I?
On Facebook, one of my old band directors, well, he's assistant when I was at Holmes. Now he's actually the Holmes band director.
Right.
Was like, the Quickie Mart's real? It's like, yes, I took photos. It looks about 85%.
Let me
the
guess.
same as
You
in the
started
movie.
to check the eggs, and the poor guy behind the counter's like, Jesus, another one.
The wifey wouldn't let me. But he was friendly. He was friendly. He was nice. He was like, y'all saw the movies. Yes, sir.
He's like, come on in.
I've got to rewatch them because I completely forgot about checking the eggs.
Yeah, you got to check the eggs
Yeah.
and make sure it's perfect roundness. But then again, you kind of have to be a school counselor.
Well, here's one for
I
you.
just
You know
go
the
in there
lady,
with some calipers and
you know the lady who was checking the dates on the milks?
yeah.
Do either of y'all know who that was in the movie?
I never really paid attention.
Kevin Smith's mom.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right.
Holy crap. Nice.
I think it was
call.
actually Andrew or Heather that pointed that out to me.
No studying.
No.
No studying on that one.
Okay, so there's a lot I really want to talk about the secret stash. I mean, how far into this are we? I mean, not that long. But so I I have like so many flipping questions.
Ask away.
Apparently, James has already asked the first one off air, but I want to ask it again so that way people who may have this question will know the answer to it. Was the cast from Comic Book Men there?
The only one I spotted was Mike.
Okay.
Mike Zapsik.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one with the
The goatee. Yeah. The
Now,
bigger
long
dude.
goatee or short goatee?
the short one.
You're not
Younger
talking about
guy,
Brian.
Not the
Yeah.
You didn't
guy.
see
Now, if Brian was
Brian,
there,
Arlene.
I'd have to be messing with him, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, I mean, kind of like the show, he kind of comes off as being the more straight, narrow, quieter one. Yeah.
Straight laced.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, he was always the business guy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what he was there for, was to
Well,
do all the business.
And then you
So
kind of got that vibe walking in that they're kind of touristed out.
They're tired of everybody
They're
bothering
probably
them.
sick
I would
of
be
it.
too. I would be
Honestly,
too.
the time he really started talking was when I actually showed that I was buying actual comics. Like, I walked over,
you're
saw
not a looky.
He was not coming in looking like I saw him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I took my photos, had to, but
Yeah.
at the same time, like, I saw, y'all know, I started collecting the Batman Who Laughs. I've got issue 1 in the variant.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
issue
I-
2 released the
Yeah.
day before we got up there, and they had it on the shelf, and I'm like, I got to buy it from here just because.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to save me on shipping and all that crap anyway.
Yeah.
Did Mike sign it?
No.
Oh, come on. That was a missed opportunity.
I don't know. If you guys watch this, don't be pissed off at me, but I don't know that Mike's autograph is going to be boost anything.
He's on Comic Book Men. There is
It might actually bring down the value. Just like when you let your kid,
Which,
the
if you
color.
look at the Google reviews of it, a lot of
But
people...
you could do it on the bag.
If I was famous, though, I don't ever think that that my autograph would raise the value on anything because I'm just me. I just don't ever see me being popular enough to raise the value on.
But
anything.
you're not on TV. You're not doing a podcast. You're not running a store.
What the hell is this?
Okay, a famous podcast.
Okay, we're doing a podcast, and I do run a store.
I love how we're doing a podcast, and I point out he's not doing one. Yeah, we are doing a podcast. I'm sorry.
And I do run a store.
Yeah, but you're not running a store in the podcast.
We
We could.
could.
That would be annoying. You'd be like, all right, everybody stop. We'll be right back in 5 seconds. And that would happen constantly.
Well, the thing is, if you read a lot of the Google reviews for the stash, especially in the last year, a lot of them are like, walked in, didn't get no attention given, et cetera, et cetera. And out of my personal experience, the way it come off to me is, yes, they're tired of tourist after tourist just walking in and, can I get a picture with you?
And not buying anything.
Yeah, probably.
Me,
That-
I
a
went
looky-loo.
because it's a comic book store.
Yeah.
We have a horrible lack of them in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I found a store in, thanks to my venture quest for game collecting.
Go Team Venture.
Yeah. Anyway, poor Kyle. Little side story quest.
Yeah.
Me and my brother actually yesterday wound up in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
Okay.
And there is a store there which, you look it up on Google. It comes off as a bookstore.
Right.
Like that's what it actually comes up as.
It is a former bookstore.
It is called Second and Charles.
Second and Charles. That's a very fancy name for a comic book.
I know. It's like,
would
you like the full name?
Not a comic book store, a bookstore, a used bookstore is what it comes up as. Okay. Not a comic book store. Walked in, of course they had books, tons of used books, like probably more than Books A Million has twice over. But then they have this whole area, the size of our little recording room, dedicated to comics.
Oh, wow.
They had an area probably 2 or 3 times the size of our recording area dedicated to records.
Oh, wow.
They had an area the size of our recording area dedicated to manga. They had an area the size of this room dedicated to old games.
See, my brother actually kind of irritates me with this. And yes, I'm talking to you, White Wolf. You listen to me now. He literally has comic book shops within a
hop, skip, and
a jump away.
Right.
And he never goes. And I'm like,
you know what?
Dude.
You know what? Hold up. There's something I've been hunting for. White Wolf, I have a mission for your ass since you're up here around all those comic book stores.
There's like 3.
Dark Knights Metal, issues 2 and 3.
Or Mirror. You could do the Mirror series as well.
I don't care about the... I'm trying to do my Dark Knights Metal.
But they don't care.
When we were up there, we found another issue of 1, another variant of 5, another variant of 1, 4, and 5. And I'm like, that's cool. I'm going to have like all the variants by the time this is over, but I still don't have a single variant of 2 or 3.
Huh.
Check those stores up there, dude. Let me know if any of them have Dark Knights Metal issues 2 and 3. That's the only 2 I like to have all 6.
I mean, you're literally like 15 minutes away. Not even 15 minutes, to be honest with you. When we went and did the trip.
Yes, Dark Knights. It is an S on it.
Yeah, there is an S at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean.
Turkey, do the turkey. What's he mean by do the turkey? What did you do, Kyle?
I don't know. This is all foreign to me.
You want a high five? Fist turkey.
Well, I have one since we're doing jokes.
Okay.
Say addicted after everything I say, okay?
I'm scared.
Just you do it then.
Okay.
If somebody is hooked on drugs, they are
addicted.
If somebody has a drinking problem, they are
addicted.
What hit you in the face last night? Say it. Addicted.
All right, we're getting off stuff.
Back on track. But yes, it looked just like it did in the show.
Really?
Yes.
So it's not misleading by any way. It just may be camera angles.
In planning on. Well, actually, it wasn't as big as I thought it'd be.
Well, you could tell in the shots that the camera guys. If you stop and think, if you have a boom guy, a camera guy, and maybe somebody just kind of keeping an eye on movement. I will
swear to you this much: those guys had to be like on each other's shoulders in there.
Yeah, you have to be like elbow to elbow, because there were certain angles. They'll switch up the angles in the show, and I go, wait a minute, they were just. Hold on. And, they'll have like the cash register in the background, and then later on they'll have the cash register on the left side of the screen.
Right.
Showing that angle from a different side. And I go, wait a minute. Now, that means that these guys are literally about to touch shelves, and they've got to be huddled up together. Poor Boone guy looks like he's fishing with his friends in a little boat.
You know what they would do when they were filming is they'd actually close the store, except for like certain people coming in to trade or buy certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. There wasn't much room.
Was it busy in there?
When we were in there, I think there was maybe 1 or 2 other people that popped in and out.
Right.
Man, that's.
But this is 11 in the morning.
Oh well. Yeah.
During an off time of the year and day.
Weeboos are not awake yet.
Yeah, I mean, in that part of Jersey, isn't that like a small town anyway?
Yeah.
That particular part.
Yeah.
Roughly the size, is it like Union size or Big Philly size or Meridian size?
Think Union square mileage, but with Philadelphia's population.
Okay, so it's still a small area.
It's like downtown
For
Philadelphia.
those that don't know, those are towns nearby where we're at.
Small towns.
Very small towns.
Okay. I miss my small towns.
So it's Union size with Philly population.
Yeah.
Damn.
With like the building like downtown Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, Mississippi, not Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all are forgetting about them, so they're
kind of a small town corner shop too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I mean,
who did that?
Who did what? Wasn't me.
Okay.
But anyway,
move on.
And I went in planning on spending maybe $20, $30. I spent like $120.
Yeah, that's a lie, dude. If you ever go into a comic book shop expecting to spend $20, you might get a trinket. There is no such thing at a real comic book store, especially a $20 comic book.
Especially a hot title. I've seen some hot titles be like $20 around here.
Well, I mean...
Yes, we did the turkey. You missed it.
Yeah, that's your fault, not ours. I'm not repeating the joke because it's not funny the second time around.
What about Addicted?
Yeah, well, it's not funny the second time around either. But
says it's not funny, but he laughs.
But yeah, we wrapped things up there and we headed toward New York City.
New York.
Which one thing I will not recommend to anyone that all these people do is the Staten Island ferry thing. They're like, it's free.
Yeah.
It's free for a reason. Don't do it. And if you have...
Get out of my way. I just want a picture.
There's one thing I will call the most important souvenir the whole time I was up there.
Uh-huh.
The number one souvenir. Imodium.
That is Imodium. That is not another drug.
That is Imodium. That is like the super strength Imodium. Pack some of this. You're going to want it. Because the second you see half the bathrooms up there, your butt cheeks are going to clench tighter than Gertrude's.
No.
Sphincters will shrink.
A good pair of vice grips.
There you go. Just
around a straw.
But I mean, so you did go see like the Statue of Liberty. Did you go to Times Square? I don't remember seeing.
We actually spent like 4 hours in Times Square.
That's because you tried to cross the street.
Actually, that was the easy part.
Really? Because in Tennessee, it's not. My brother's probably laughing, going, "Yeah." You have to have a shot just to go through a light. But no, like I've always been curious about Times Square. What kind of shops are there? I know there's a Best Buy and a couple of other things on Times Square, but like, is there anything of significance?
I didn't even notice a Best Buy.
Yeah, there's a Best Buy.
I did eat at the McDonald's just so in every movie I ever watched.
First off, the only reason I know there is a Best Buy on Times Square is because this New Year's they shot something live on YouTube, and it was the ball dropping, And I was looking in the background, and I always get curious about things in the background, people standing in the background, things like that, because...
He looks for Easter eggs in real life.
Yeah, I gotta do, yeah. Because you'll never know. You'll have that one guy who's like 3 rows back doing this.
Was it a Best Buy store or a Best Buy advertisement?
It looked like a store.
Because everything...
It was around the door.
Everything starting at like the 2nd and 3rd floor going up is nothing but advertising.
But they had like a street angle from the other end, and it looked like it was around a door.
Man, there ain't no telling. There was so many stores there.
And I know what Best Buy's logo looks like because it says Best Buy.
But like, that's the smallest McDonald's I've ever seen. And I've seen them in Walmart.
Why would you have a small McDonald's on Times Square?
I don't know.
My wife would be watching, but I'm sorry, love. You went live the same time as Louder with Crowder.
Really?
Yep. Damn Steven Crowder.
Yeah, but he records his crap.
Well, we record ours too.
He's trying to make an argument. You're not helping.
It's 3:00 Saturday tomorrow.
Yeah.
For someone that's watching. There's going to be someone watching tomorrow at 3 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday.
Yeah. Well, we go live every Friday, and usually in the afternoons. That may change in the future, but right now that is our schedule.
Yeah.
And hopefully later on we'll be doing videos on Wednesday.
I knocked out all the food delicacies. I had my New York cheesecake. I had a dog with sauerkraut and onion on Times Square. We went off of Times Square and actually had authentic New York pizza.
Now, authentic New York pizza, I'd be totally down for. The hot dog vendors, I'd want to, but I don't think I could bring myself to do it because I've seen.
I did not do the little push around cart ones. This is actually the one in the center of Times Square. It's actually a dedicated booth.
Yeah. I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you ever see a video of New York and you see this little red box looking building thing in the
I've
middle
seen
of
it
Times
1,000
Square,
times.
Right.
The very first one on it is a hot dog stand.
I think they go through it in Jumper. I could be wrong about that though. I think they drive a car through it in Jumper. Granted, that means that it really wasn't Times Square they shot that film at. But anyway, so did you have a good time?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we've all down here in the South heard the stereotypes about New Yorkers apparently being rude,
angry
asinine,
New Yorkers,
all that.
Yeah.
Everyone we met was awesome.
You're bigger than everybody.
Yeah, I know. They're like, please don't sit on me. Please don't take my milk money. Please don't.
I'm going to call the wife out on one, though. Because she did not know how to react. We were going
She
through
will
the
send
tolls.
God to strike you with lightning.
We were going through the tolls on our way back home, and she went through one, and it was a lady there at the toll booth. And she looked at her and she went, "You're so pretty. You're so pretty." And Heather did not know how to take. I was sitting over there trying not to laugh my ass off. And Heather just blushing red like, "Thank you."
Welcome to New York. I mean,
I think that was actually in Pennsylvania.
That's the exact opposite of what you expect in New York.
Yeah.
yeah. Because usually it'd be like, please
Well,
get out of the lane.
Okay. The day y'all saw me go, last Friday when y'all saw me do the whole thing and we were heading to New York, we spent all that night into like 2 a.m. on Times Square.
Right.
We went to Hershey World, Disney World, World of M&M's. They have a three-story tall building dedicated to M&M's. The smallest candy has one of the biggest stores down there.
I like me some M&M's.
Yeah.
I like
Actually, do you remember the trip when we went to Louisiana and I tossed Reese's Pieces in your mouth?
Yes.
The entire trip. I kid you not. He woke up like a dog going,
It's going to be a good day, Kyle. It's going to be a good day.
But we turned around the next day and actually went. We were going to go to Chinatown.
oh, God.
Authentic Chinese.
We were going to walk up to Central Park, and then we talked about maybe taking an Uber or something like that. Well, from where we were staying, walking up to Nintendo of New York, and going from there on up to Central Park, you pass by, what is it, St. Patrick's Cathedral, Paul's Cathedral?
I think it's Paul's Cathedral.
The big
St.
one.
Paul's Cathedral.
You go by another cathedral. You go by the Presbyterian Cathedral. You go by, what is it? This is where my
Now,
name's...
hold on. New York, you can't steal our fame. Mississippi is kind of like, it's not like, yeah, it's kind of, churches are like Starbucks around here. There's one at every flipping corner. You can't steal that from us.
but
We went to one last week. There's a church, and then you have a small wooded area, maybe the
church.
width of that door,
Here's
and
the
then there's another church.
Wait, are you
Yeah.
serious?
They're like right there next to each other. They're neighbors. They're as far from me as I am from my neighbor right there.
Dang.
That's pretty close.
yeah,
Anyway.
but like there's you walk into and it's like, whoa. Went by, what is it called? The place with the ice skating rink year during the winter.
Rap.
Yeah, that one.
Is that
It's
the
like,
one?
yeah, that one.
Is that the one that Rocky took Adrian to? In the first
Rockefeller
round?
Center.
Oh, Rockefeller Center. Okay,
Center,
so
yes.
it's not the, okay.
And then walked by the stores where you're like, I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there. And Heather was like, why? I said, cause each item in there costs more than our house, what we owe on every loan and student loan we have, and every penny we will make for the rest of our lives.
Oh, my God, I broke a toothpick in there. We're going to be in debt for the next 12 years.
The actual Tiffany's and all the ones
No.
I can't think of the name of.
Negative Ghost Rider.
Yeah, it's like, what's the cheapest string you have? 200,000. Ah! I'm gone. Those type stores.
No.
God, do you know what I could do with $200,000?
But it's like,
Apparently, buy a piece of string.
but Nintendo of New York is right around the corner from there.
Nice.
And then from there, you can literally walk out of an alley and you see the first cathedral. From that cathedral, you can see the other one. At the very end of the road, you see trees. Like actual trees. And it's like, that's got to be the park. That's Central Park. So we walked on up. We walked all this. My legs are still sore. We walked up to Times Square, and I was looking at the Uber things. And every Uber thing I saw was like at least 30, 40 minutes.
Dang.
I looked on the subway and realized that was only 20.
You shaved 10 minutes
And
off.
we decided to gamble on the subway.
I've seen The Matrix. I know what happens on those
Yeah.
subways.
There's like
actually,
shootouts.
It wasn't that bad.
Weird camera guys going cut.
Oh, imagine that.
Well-
Hollywood makes a place look worse than it
Well,
is.
the thing is, for a one-time
Who'd
ticket
have
for
thunk
each
it?
of us was only $3. The Uber was going to be like $15, $20.
No.
But for $3 each, we could ride the subway one direction to the Chinatown exit and puts us
Or for
right
$15 a carload.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was more room just taking the subway than cramming into an Uber. That was for the carpool Uber, which they might pick up 2 or 3 other people on the way and take even longer.
Yeah.
The subway was like, walk over there, go down the steps, buy your ticket, go in there, and...
I don't like sitting people next to people I don't know.
It wasn't bad.
Or standing.
What tripped me out, though, is on our way to Chinatown. I'd always heard the New York subway, I think it was my brother, was actually the one that reminded me of what the top, 5 efficient subway systems in the world are. And New York is one of those top 5 most effective subways.
Okay.
We get on it, and I think it was 6 stops. Yeah, it's quite the same. There were 6 or 7 stops from where we were going, from where we started. About halfway down, they come over the announcement going, boom, we're sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we need to announce a small interruption in the service. We are going to get back going as soon as possible. 2 seconds later, please stand clear of doors. It was like, what just happened? Are we still live?
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been instead going. Of because I mean, I've always heard that the subway systems were like unbearably loud.
Guys, something's going on with the feed. Like it stopped on my end.
It says we're still going.
I got nobody sending me info.
Yeah, it stopped on this end.
It's still going.
Everybody else on the chat's asking what's going on.
How long ago?
Did Jolly and Link just did?
No, something's wrong, bro.
It's still going. We're still moving.
May have to stop and go again on that end.
No.
Did you reset yours?
Anyway, I'll tell you what. Y'all go.
Yeah, it's stopped.
No, it's stopped.
No, it's not.
Dude, I'm looking at it on this end. From their end.
On this end too. I'm looking at it from there.
I'm looking at it from the viewer's end. It stopped.
Anyway, continue on. Keep talking because it is recording.
Okay, well,
it's recording there, but no one is seeing us live.
I know, but later on it'll be.
Yeah, later on. So we do
live audience.
Well, we'll have to catch up. They will have to catch up. Move forward.
Okay, sorry everybody. If you didn't get to see it past here, you're probably gonna have to watch the rerun due to some sort of YouTube technical bug.
Continue on with the show.
Anyway,
I have to do a lot of explaining. I'll be right back.
All right.
It's saying we're still going.
On your end? Huh.
So it's something on your end.
I don't know. Everybody else was
everybody, can you send us in the chat if you can still see us? We'd love to hear from you. Where did he go?
I don't know. He said he'd be right back. Probably bathroom.
Okay. Well, he should have done that before we started.
Yeah, who knows?
All right. So.
Okay, it's working. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. That was a glitch on your end.
Well, it paused on someone else's end, too. That's what I was saying.
Okay. Well, anyway. Reset your feed. Just reset it. But anyway, so sorry about the missed delay and all that. James will be right back. But yeah, so how was Philadelphia?
Well, we actually didn't explore it that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's like a big historical kind of thing that you could have done a lot of looking at.
Sorry, I was responding back to this one. Okay. Ron just said it got a little laggy on his end, so.
Okay, well, hopefully it's fixed now. I got off of Wi-Fi on my end, so.
It may be something running in the house that Jamie didn't know about.
Maybe. He's probably gone to go turn that stuff off.
Yeah, hopefully.
That looked painful. It looked like you literally ran into the door. Like,
anyway. Oh, yeah, back to the New York subway story.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway, we were on the subway, and they were like, we're sorry to announce we're going to have a temporary delay. Please bear with us. The doors almost immediately, bing, the doors are now closing. Turned around and got moving, and it was like, that was a delay? That was a delay. If that was a delay, I was impressed.
Well,
but apparently that is common. Like anything more than a 5-second delay, they refer to as a delay. Yes. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube on this end. Anyway.
Good God. He had all that going?
Yeah.
Had what going? Oh. Anyway.
Continue.
But we finally made it to Chinatown. And, of course, if you got me on Facebook, check it out. I got tons of photos from the whole trip.
We need to post some of them. Some of them.
Me and the wife had not ate anything that morning. We did all that walking on an empty stomach.
Damn.
And I Google searched best places in Chinatown to eat. And it was like 4 or 5 popped up. And the one that caught my eye, go figure, because I wanted y'all to make jokes about it, was one called Big Wang's. Go for it. Go. Big Wang's.
Big Wang's.
Please tell me you ate a sausage.
Yes, please.
I had some sort of...
Something long and cylindrical.
Yes, please.
Hey, crab.
You got crabs at Big Wang's?
Yeah.
Oh. Don't worry about them. Don't worry
So
about
that's what was going on.
What?
What you mentioned earlier. But anyway.
Yeah.
Turned around, ate at Big Wang's. It was actually good. They even had the Peking duck hanging in the window. I mean, true on, hole in the wall, Chinese place in Chinatown. It was everything I was looking at.
A legit Chinese place, not Korean people running a restaurant saying it's a Chinese place like we get around here.
Actual Chinese. Look.
And they're actually serving French fries and chicken nuggets for some reason.
Heather ordered udon.
Udon.
There's a difference between Japanese, which we see at our Chinese restaurants, and Chinese udon. What you get at Chinese buffets is actually Japanese udon, the thick, juicy udon noodles.
Yeah.
Chinese udon is more like a really thin angel hair pasta.
Ooh, nice.
That is almost dry.
Not nice.
She was like, it tastes good, but she's a texture eater, so it kind of messed with her.
I am too.
I don't get texture eaters.
Me either.
Except for tofu. Tofu does not feel good in my mouth.
It tastes like liberals. Starbucks people. No, like grits and oatmeal. I love the taste of oatmeal, but I can't eat it because it's that kind of mushy thing. I don't understand. And I love corn. I'll eat corn all day long, but I cannot eat cream corn. It literally makes me gag.
Ooh, I just noticed time. We need to get rolling with the story.
Yeah, we really do.
Go on to the next story.
But anyway,
like 45 minutes.
Hold on. But did you just all around good trip or?
Yeah, we went from there, went over to Little Italy, which you hear about Chinatown, big place, multiple blocks. Then you have Little Italy, that's like, boop.
That's it. It's like one.
It's like
shelf.
one little area, and it's like, huh. Ate at a place that is turning 100 years old this year.
Nice.
1919 was when they
What did you do? Just like walk down the street and be like, I got to stop and eat.
Yeah.
We're in a new place. We got to stop and eat.
We ate like a single little thing at Big Wang's, which when I say little, it was a pretty good sized plate. Then we turned around, went to Little Italy, and stopped at the Italian place. Then on the way out of Little Italy,
was it Big Polly's?
Pat's Pedro. I don't know. I'll list it later.
All right.
Started out of there, took the subway back up to Times Square because Times Square was only like maybe a quarter mile from the hotel. Walked to the hotel. We had to get the vehicle back by 5 or they'd charge us extra for parking. We were able to check out at noon, but because 24-hour parking, you had 24 hours from when you got there to get out,
right,
or you had to pay for another day for parking. We got there about 4:30. Got the car, started on out. And, of course, before we left Little Italy, we went to a desserts place and had a New York cheesecake.
Where did you go?
I can't remember the name of it. It was a small one, private owned. It wasn't one of the big ones.
It's not wanting to work for you, is it?
No. I think your brother keeps having the same problem.
Just catch the replay, I guess. There's nothing.
Yeah, if you reload it, dude, it comes back up working great. We don't know what's going on with it.
But anyway. But I'm glad you had
it keeps crashing for me, dude. I just hit refresh and it pops back up. But we left out of there, went on, and we were starting to head, but we decided to head on back to Philadelphia and maybe explore Philadelphia Sunday. Well, the wife looks on the phone and goes, D.C. is only like 3 hours away. So at first we were going to drive down to Washington, D.C., and I'm like, what is open? Because all this government shutdown bullshit, I'm not picking political sides, I'm just saying government shutdown bullshit.
Yeah.
In general. Because the whole thing is bullshit. All these people out of work. And I'm like, what the
wall?
I'm like, what the fuck? Everything we would want to do in DC's closed. And she went, Niagara Falls ain't but about 4 or 5 hours away.
That's a national park.
Yeah, you don't really close it, though.
I know. What are they going to do? Turn the falls off?
Exactly. Well, we decided to go ahead and drive. We knew there was a blizzard. We knew there was a snowstorm coming at that point. But every bit of news you saw in New York City area was predicting it would be a really light snowfall. They were estimating like 36 degrees in Buffalo, which is the next door neighbor to Niagara. And we're like, okay, it shows that Sunday should be nice. That 5-hour drive took us 12. And it became a full-on blizzard and put us through the worst back roads I have seen mud riding roads down here in better condition than one of the routes we had to take.
Jeez.
God.
We went through Warsaw, Amish country. Amish country. Yeah. So after 12 hours, we finally make it. The car gets stuck as we are pulling it into the hotel.
Wait, Warsaw is the place where they shot the show Amish Mafia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that just popped in my head.
But you know this now. After going through all that crap, all that blizzard, we get stuck pulling into the hotel at 5 a.m. We were driving up there. I was pulling in, and all of a sudden, whoop! You have got to be with me, was my first words. I'm like, we made it all this way, and we get stuck here. Seriously. So, luckily, they had a guy inside. He came out, helped me kind of push it around into a spot.
Yeah.
And sorry about pegging anyone's ears out on that.
All right.
So we turn around. Next day, we get up, go to Niagara Falls on Sunday. It was froze. The first time they had recorded the falls freezing to this degree ever.
Wow.
Look it up. CNN and Fox have covered the falls freezing. We were there Sunday.
Moving water froze.
Most trusted and fake news network.
It didn't even look like... Well, Fox News covered it too.
Was it fair and balanced? Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
We got some other stuff we need
to
get on.
We do. So I'm just glad that all in all.
And to wrap it up, next day we finally got to drive back to the airport. Flight was delayed a little. Flew out Tuesday. Glad to be back.
I really like your shirt too, by the way.
Yeah. Yes, I picked up souvenirs from the Secret Stash. And since
we're going to be talking more about him later. But we need to jump to your story, James.
My story. Yep. All right. My story involves... All right, DC's got their streaming service. DC has their streaming service. It's a fledgling thing. It's basically a new business, right?
Correct.
Okay. It was $7.99 a month. It's a bunch of old stuff that people have watched have already seen.
A billion times.
And 2 new shows. A live-action Teen Titans and
like
Season 3.
Like comic books, too?
You have comics on there, too. It's not a bad service, but it's a fledgling startup thing with their streaming, right? $7.99 a month.
That's not a bad price.
No, that is not a bad price. I go to watch the next 3 episodes of Young Justice because they release 3 episodes at a time, a week, okay? Go to watch it, can't do it. I'm like, well, it's supposed to auto draft out of my account. Didn't do it. I'm like, well, okay, Alex paid the bill one week. Maybe it's confused as to which one to do. So I'll go to pay it. There's not even an option for the monthly $7.99 a month. So I've got it.
Guys, right, I hate to ditch y'all, but I got to get headed out soon for work.
Okay.
Yeah. So if y'all see me take off, that's why.
Yeah.
This is the only option they have. $7.99 a month or $74.99 a year.
I can't see.
Oh, right there. I went to their actual website, and it did have a $7.99 a month option, but when I went to pay that, that's what I got, user error.
Did you talk to support or anything?
It's still up. It's not there. It's not there anymore. I guess I just got a ghost, and it was showing that it had a monthly fee, but they want $75 a year. $75 a year to watch old shows that I've seen a dozen times. If I haven't seen them, then... they're not worth watching. 2 new shows, one of which is okay, and the other one is kind of sucky.
Which one's the sucky one?
Titans.
I knew it. I called it.
Titans. But I think Season 2 is going to be good. But I'm not going to watch Season 2 because I'm not giving them $80 or $75 freaking dollars.
Okay, so...
I'm not doing it. They're going to have to have a little bit more of a come on than...
Well, I mean...
here's all the episodes.
Netflix has survived on less.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember how much.
I don't know why they
Netflix
wanted
is.
to take away the monthly subscription. I think it was stupid. It was a stupid move on their part because they've lost me as a customer.
So it really is gone. It wasn't just a screw up.
It wasn't just a screw up. It's not there. I just checked it maybe 10 minutes ago while Alex was talking about it. It's still not there.
Check your email because it's asking to verify. I think it's working again.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
But I had to do it through my tablet.
let me
Keep
open
talking.
it
Keep
By the way,
talking.
you owe me $7.99.
up. Okay. Well, how come I don't have the option for
No
it?
clue.
I went to the website.
Of course, I was doing it through Google Play instead of theirs. So maybe.
Let's see. Superman Unbound. Watch with premium. $74.99 annually, plus tax.
I don't know. I'll look at it more
I
later.
don't know. I'm just kind of upset about it.
Sorry, guys. I've got to dip out because I've got to go to work.
All right.
Kill your mic.
Yeah, turn it off.
Bye.
Take it easy, buddy.
Try to. I don't know. I'll look at it more tomorrow.
And you knocked
And
over
that
the
was me
chair.
knocking my classic exit.
Classic. I'm okay.
No, I'm not.
Let's space out some.
Yeah, just a hair.
All right, so that's you've got this company, and when they start their streaming service, they're DC. Okay, it's basically a new business. What they've started. It takes new businesses a little time to get started, and they're struggling for memberships. This is not how
Part of
you
me,
get
well, I
memberships.
mean, if he got it to work, and
Maybe. I'll look at it later.
Yeah, he's going to have to check and say, but right now there's no option for me to pay monthly. And it even says save 20%. How am I saving 20% when the only option is to give you $75?
Super. Third best anime in box office. Over 20 million first weekend.
Yeah, I heard. Dragon Ball Z Supra, I heard it did very good.
bye.
Bye.
Yeah, we're that kind of show where everybody's like, "Look, I gotta go to work. I'll talk to you later, bro."
Hey, I've seen people duck out of Joe Rogan's like say, hey
Screw
man,
Joe
I
Rogan.
got
Nobody
to
likes
go,
Joe
and
Rogan.
yeah. No, don't screw Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's cool.
You wouldn't screw Joe Rogan?
No. No, God no.
I was waiting on it. I was like, "Is he gonna catch on?" But no, I mean, this is more and more companies are doing stupid stuff like this. You're seeing it in the gaming industry.
Right.
You're seeing it in the movie industry. Now streaming is getting involved with it. You've got pay app companies pulling stuff like this, or pulling stupid decision making. I shouldn't say like this because this is just greed. It's blind greed. But that's what it kind of feels like with all of it. It's just blind greed.
Just blind greed. When you take away that monthly option, there are a lot of people who really can't afford to drop $75
or
at one
live
time.
paycheck to paycheck. And
Right.
half of these nerds have mediocre jobs.
Do you know what $75 will get? $75 will get 2 tanks of gas. That's date night if you go to a nice restaurant and go to the movies and maybe do something else. That's actually less than
Actually,
a good
no,
date
because once
night.
you buy popcorn and everything, it's like 50
Right.
flipping dollars.
So that's
So-
date night.
You can go out to maybe like Hardee's and get you and your woman a monster burger and a couple of other things, and then
What else is it? 75. That's a utility payment for some people. That's people live in small apartments. That's the light bills like between $75 and $90.
I think ours is somewhere in like a 90.
Somebody
to
told me.
$130 range.
Somebody told me that $75 was 3 months of water
Yeah,
at where he lives.
yeah.
So that's that's what people are seeing when they see $75 a year.
And they're not going to piss it away to watch 2
50-year-old content.
Maybe read 1 or 2 comic books
And
then
2
watch
shows.
2 shows that aren't really that popular anyway.
Yeah, one of them has promise. The other one is actually pretty good. Young Justice is really good. Titans has promise, but they need to revamp some shit. But that's what I'm getting at. You take away that monthly option, you've lost me as a customer. I don't do the yearly thing on any subscription
I'll
service
do
I
it
have.
for certain things, but usually it's like my PlayStation.
Right.
I usually do the yearly subscription thing, which mine is going out in 7 days. But yeah, I usually do the yearly subscription, and that's like, I want to say it's somewhere around $50, but that's a full year. Whereas it's $10 a month. If you think about the math there, That's not bad.
Yeah, when you think about that. But when you're doing their monthly subscription and they say you're saving 20%
Yeah.
from doing, what's 20% out of 70, like, okay, from 75 to what, $90? That's not big of a deal. That's not that big of a deal to me.
I mean, do they put the new comics on, or is it just?
Some of them are old, some of them are new.
God, I hope some of the old ones are on there, because then you kind of want to go back and read the stories too.
But it's all reruns from their animated shows, their live action stuff I have seen. I got it to watch Titans and Young Justice.
And you were willing to pay $7.99 for that?
I was willing to pay $7.99 a month.
I wouldn't pay
because they're bringing out
a month for Young Justice or
it's
Titans.
really good. But anyway, I pay $7.99 a month because there were some old shows that I would like to watch. I'd like to get show my let my son. He likes superheroes, and that's superheroes right there.
Yeah.
So he likes it. He came in and wanted to watch Superman. One Superman cartoons last night, and I'm like, no. Can't do it.
Can't watch Superman no more.
DC's greedy.
Yep.
I'm just, that's...
Marvel's better.
You need to have a monthly and a yearly subscription option. Don't just give one yearly option. Especially, I have been with this service since day one. Since day one that they started the streaming service. And now this. And they won't... No, screw that. No. Not going to happen.
No, that's
not going to happen.
That's ridiculous.
That's all I have on that one. Now, your next story.
All right. So, first off, hold on. Before you start showing pictures, give me just a tick to kind of talk about this for a minute.
Give it the setup.
Because I want to be clear and proper about all of this. First off, we are not taking sides in this story. All three of us have seen the tweets. We've watched the videos. And we've checked everybody's Twitter and tried to make sure we checked into the organizations as best as we could anyway. And then we checked into the fundraiser. Now, for those that don't know, the Quartering recently put out a video. And if you haven't checked out the Quartering, please go check them out. They're pretty cool. But the Quartering on YouTube didn't really call out Kevin Smith, but made mention of Kevin Smith. Now, Kevin Smith, the tweet that the Quartering put out was this one.
New video. Disgusting to see Stan Lee's Twitter account to shill for Marvel and sell Kevin Smith's tickets. Shut. I don't know what he was going to say.
So basically, what had happened here was he made a video talking about Stan Lee's account.
Which has become an advertising machine now.
I have to agree with him on this. It really has turned into an advertisement machine. Most of the tweets that most fans want to see is history stuff from Stan Lee, yada, yada, yada.
There's candid moments.
Yeah, those candid, great moments that we have enjoyed as fans from some of us since birth.
Right.
I mean, this is a perfect opportunity for Marvel Company or whoever's in control of this Twitter handle now to do something magnificent with. And instead, they're not doing that. They are actually, I don't want to say destroying it, but they're not doing it justice like they could. And that's the issue. That is the problem that a lot of fans are having.
Right.
Now, Kevin Smith's name gets popped into this because he was talking...
He's an MC or something? Go ahead.
No. He apparently, one of the tweets that actually was released was actually talking about a fundraiser that is getting ready to happen, which for the love of me, I cannot remember. It's actually in one of the tweets in our texts. No.
Well, I don't.
We'll explain here in a minute. It's like a comic book thing. Basically, what it is the comic book artists that don't have the money to publish their stuff.
Right.
It's an organization to help them get the money to basically have their comic book seen to the general public.
Okay.
So that's all it's really for. Now, there is no real link to Stan Lee. Now, the other organization that is helping out with this is linked to Stan Lee, and that is POW. If you don't know POW, you really need to look them up. I believe Stan Lee actually started that, if I'm not mistaken. But they are working together, and Kevin Smith is a big part in this.
Right.
And that's it. So the quartering makes reference that they're trying to sell Kevin Smith tickets, which honestly, the quartering should have worded that slightly different and said this organization's tickets, because it's not just Kevin Smith.
He's a guest unpaid MC.
Yes, that he is doing for an organization that apparently, supposedly, that Stan Lee was very fond of. But when I went to check out the organization's webpage, no, there was no reference to Stan Lee at all.
Okay.
Not even to the event, which was kind of weird as well.
Okay.
So the next tweet that came out was from Kevin Smith. Please read.
If you mean at the real Stan Lee tribute show at the Chinese theaters, that's not my show. It's a show organized by POW and other Stan Lee fans, at which I am the unpaid voluntary MC. All net proceeds are going to at Hero Initiative, a charity Stan Lee
the
loved.
Hero Initiative is the name of the organization.
Right.
I couldn't remember that for some reason. I knew it was the Hero something. Now, I went and checked out the Hero Initiative. Again, there is no connection to Stan Lee. So you've got Kevin Smith.
He could have donated to him.
He may have donated to him. He may have done organization or like fundraisers or events in the past for them. And, we didn't. It's not as well televised or as well known. Who knows? I mean, there is a plausibility. Stan Lee was well known for loving his fans, and I don't see him really turning down something like this unless he was just pressed for time.
Right.
So you've got that going on. The quartering responds. I can't.
Thanks for retweeting this without actually watching the video, Kevin. I literally said in the video that this side of the promotion seemed fine, but promoting Marvel movies was not. Thanks for the influx of blind hate, though. Still appreciate you. To which
Kevin basically says that it's not hate. He was just retweeting his tweet and trying to explain.
Where is Kevin's tweet?
It got lost.
Okay.
So we ended up losing some stuff. We apologize. And it kind of gets kerfuckled and wild after that. And then it just drops. It just randomly drops. It kind of. I hope to God that these guys kind of worked it out. Now, one of the tweets that
I hate it when mommy and daddy fight.
I hate it when mommy and daddy fight. Because we're actually big
I like
fans.
both of them. I'm fans of both.
We're fans of both. I mean, I don't really miss a quartering video. I might be a little late to the party, but I eventually show up to the party. I watch his stuff. I love his stuff.
I watch him if it seems to be something of interest, which I actually did miss the Stan Lee thing. I don't know how, but I did.
It's pretty good. But then, we have Kevin Smith as well, and that was a huge basis for our friendship. We quoted Stan Lee nonstop when we first met. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was like a big thing. We would like quote Clerks or Mallrats or any other, just some of his stand-up stuff. I mean, we were pretty well known for doing it. It's ropey.
It's ropey.
I mean, it's.
But some of the tweets say this is right here where it starts to promote.
Yeah, this is the Black Panther.
Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse, Avengers, Infinity War. What do they all have in common besides Stan Lee cameos? They've all been nominated for #Oscars. And then the Oscar emoji. I don't like that they're taking Stan
actually,
Lee's
some
page.
fans commented. Go to the next one.
This is disrespectful. This needs to stop right now. Not use Stan Lee account for that.
Yeah, and sorry for blasting those individuals into this, but I mean, it was literally the first 3 tweets. You come in at that tweet. That's the first 3 comments.
First
Boom,
3.
right away. So,
I don't think it should be used as an advertising machine either.
No, it really
now,
shouldn't.
if they're wanting to, if they're like the, well, I don't have it now, but
there was one that was like Stan Lee in front of a green screen.
Tribute, stuff like that, things like that. That's
his
fine.
cameos. We're cool with that. I think most fans would be really cool with it and very comfortable. But when you start abusing it for Marvel movies,
use it as a marketing machine,
and that's what it is. As for the charity, I'm kind of 50-50 on that one.
This one is fine.
Well, no,
this one right
hold on. Now, see, that is a response to the people that were having an issue with this, which led to the fight,
Okay,
or led to the
between-
video that eventually led to the argument in between the Quartering and Kevin Smith, from what I understand. Now, I'm not 100% sure on this, but this was the end result. Stan Lee's Twitter posted this last night because most of this happened yesterday afternoon. So I don't like this, because they say that we're still going to be here. People want you to catalog it and leave it alone. If it is not a remembrance of Stan Lee or a mention of his cameos or something to that nature, if it's a Funko Pop for Stan Lee, fine. I get it. It's cool. It is linked to Stan Lee, and Stan Lee was pretty notorious for doing stuff like that anyway.
Right.
But when you are just blasting Oscar awards, not okay.
Right.
It's very disrespectful
But it's the fans that are getting upset. I don't think Stanley would care.
because he was alive.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He was a part of the events most of the time.
Right.
It made sense then.
But, you know,
now it's just advertisement.
The last few years of his life, he was surrounded by money-hungry vultures, essentially. And, you know, they had the lawsuits and the abuse claims and such and this, that, and the other. So to see them using it to advertise something else that's not related to Stan Lee in any way, even though, okay, they're Oscars for movies that were based off of characters he created or greenlit to exist, it's still, to me, not right.
yeah.
To me, it's not right for them to do that, and it's very disrespectful, and we all know how the last few years of his life went.
I mean, the man was very, very sick to the point he couldn't use his hand. And in a way, the Quartering said this, if I'm not mistaken, was that there were several videos towards the end where it kind of seemed like he was holding his children hostage off camera or something to that nature, or a gun pointed at him or whatever.
Right.
I mean, just that terrified and confusing look of why me kind of look on his face. Yeah, there were a couple of videos that were kind of cringy like that, like he was reading off of a teleprompter.
Like he was being like...
Now, he may have had Alzheimer's. Part of me kind of thinks that he had Alzheimer's from some of the stories you hear.
Right.
Like he's not entirely sure who was who, what was what. Supposedly he fired his lawyer. Some people are saying he was pressured by his manager to do that, and other people are saying that it was just him being him, and the next day he would act like they were best friends. And
Yeah.
that sounds like Alzheimer's to me. I don't know which story is true. You know what I mean? It could have been the manager who was trying to take control of Stan Lee and use Alzheimer's against him
Right.
to play him.
Convenient Alzheimer's. He
Yeah.
he has Alzheimer's when it's something that he doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
The manager didn't want to do.
So I mean, I'm not sure what to believe, and I don't think we'll ever truly find out.
I don't think
because
so
we were not a part of his life. You can't say, and unless I see footage of it, I don't want to point fingers. I know that's terrible because I would love to defend Stan Lee in every way possible, but I'm not going to have an innocent man thrown in jail and maybe his life or career ruined without some form of
About some
evidence.
kind of actual proof.
Now, if somebody I trust, a celebrity that I trust, like Kevin Smith, if Kevin Smith actually came out and said, "Yeah, I've seen this," I'm down, dude. I'm behind you. Let's start an army.
barricade the doors.
Let's throw this
barricade the
guy
doors.
under the jail. I'm totally down. But if it's just some random,
Right.
whoever who complains about
You
constant,
got to check your sources, though.
yeah,
You've got to check
Whereas,
your sources.
someone like Kevin Smith, he's not going to let something like that happen to Stan Lee, or at least I would try to.
No, I believe they were friends.
Yeah.
Or very close acquaintances or something.
I mean, he showed up in Mallrats before, he was really big.
Right.
I mean, Kevin Smith was big, but he wasn't like uber wild popular, I guess pop culture popular.
Yeah, he made a little independent film, got some notoriety. So
Yeah.
he wasn't like at the pinnacle.
And who shows up but Stan Lee, and he did a role for Mallrats. I mean, that's really cool.
Yep.
So, I feel like ever since then they were probably really great friends. And I don't want to believe that Kevin would allow something like that to happen. And maybe they didn't do it in front of him. I'm not blaming Kevin. If it really did happen, I wouldn't blame Kevin.
I doubt that any sort of improprieties were done in front of anyone.
Yeah,
that would stand up, that would blow a whistle.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing is the Quartering is a big fan because he was one of the few YouTubers who was willing to bring out a story in defense of Stan Lee just for a slight rumor, and he would tell you it's a rumor, but if it is happening, I think we should pull a lynch mob kind of thing. And the Quartering was well known for that because that's how I found the Quartering, believe it or not, was actually his Stan Lee videos. When he got word or wind of something maybe dirty, he would.
Back when they're in the everyone was getting sexually assaulted and they attacking every celebrity.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing is these two people loved Stan Lee. One actually knew him, and one just really cared for his work.
Yeah.
I mean, and they both cared for his work. But I mean, this kind of feels like it's a fight.
I don't know. I haven't checked Twitter. I don't know if it's still going on. It might be over with.
I haven't seen anything from either side. Kevin Smith's tweets just kind of went back to normal to what it was, and the Quartering went back to talking about his videos. A lot of Kevin's fans started jumping on the Quartering, and some of the Quartering's fans kind of flipped on him, which I didn't like that. And I actually put a tweet out and said, hey, why don't you guys just kind of sit down and talk about it? I was kind of very forward with it. I put it on Twitter.
Did you? Did anyone notice it?
No. Nobody? I tagged everybody, including Stan Lee. But, this is one of those stories where it just bothered me to see, and I really wanted to talk about this. I think that the Quartering and Kevin Smith should sit down,
hash it out.
Not hash it out, but face to face, man, as best as you can, or do a Skype chat, a Skype call, and go live so the world can see and talk this over. Because I don't think these two should be arguing. I really think they should band together.
Yeah,
in every way possible.
Oh, well, they're not going to share any political views.
No, but
I highly doubt that.
That's okay. I mean, that's not what this is about. This is about geekdom and entertainment.
The escapism that we all enjoy.
And Stan Lee was a big factor in those. And it kind of feels like you're pissing on his legacy, excuse my language, but it's true, when you start hosting Oscars. Now, don't get me wrong, they're Marvel movies that they were making reference to. I get it. He was the face of Marvel, therefore, ergo, they are linked.
I'm afraid they're going to turn Stan Lee into a mascot, a puppet, or whatever. They're going to have cartoonish caricature version of Stan Lee.
And just stamp it on everything.
Yeah. I'm afraid they're going to turn him into a mascot in that sense.
And they'll forget the man. It's just the
icon. Kind of like Colonel Sanders is with KFC. Nobody remembers the man. They just know the face that sells chicken.
Yeah, that's it. He's Chicken Man.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think that this is something they should just kind of work out together? You saw the tweets. There were a few more, but we kind of lost them. That's our apologies on that. That's our bad. We were going to show everything word from word to beginning and stop. I think there were only 6 tweets.
It was very short.
It was a very short little argument. But I mean, and also go check out the Quartering video. You saw it in the very first tweet. Actually, that was the Quartering's tweet. Can you pull it back up? Yeah, that's it. That video is the one is Stan Lee has Twitter account abused for marketing. Go check out that video and you'll see where it leads up from there. And do you follow Stan Lee on Twitter? We really want to hear from you guys. Comment down below. We'd love to hear from you.
I think I unfollowed after he died because I actually kind of had this feeling that it was going to go on like that.
I see. I'm stalking it. I am stalking it on purpose. I want to be the first guy to light a torch if things go bad.
I have a reference to something. I know we're getting ready to call it a day on this.
Well, we do have to read a few answers, but yeah.
Okay. I watched a video. It was a movie news video on YouTube, and they were talking about the Ghostbusters 3 trailer, and they said apparently nobody was paying attention. And I'm just like, when I heard this, it was like me, us, and one other YouTuber called this, and we called it because he called it first. And I wish I could remember this dude's name. Wish I could send a link to his channel. I have to go through my subscriptions. But he called it first, we called it second. And up until the teaser trailer released, nobody else was talking about it. So we called it. They called it. High five to that guy. I'm subscribed. I've hit the bell icon. I watch your videos, but I cannot remember your screen name for the life of me.
we called it happening. There was just something that felt that was like when we heard the conversation with Dan Aykroyd talking about Ghostbusters 3.
Right.
Oh, man. Something about that, I got that urge of, we got to talk about this. Like, when you said, we got to talk about this, I was like, I totally agree. We've got to talk about this. Because if we are right, I want to be one of the first guys and be like, dude, I was the one who was helping steer the boat. I mean, and turns out we were actually very right about this.
It wasn't Yes Have Some. It might have been. Yes Have Some is his screen name. That might have been who it was. Yes Have Some.
Okay.
That might have been his screen name.
Well, thank you, Yes Have Some. It was because of you we actually called it ahead of time.
We got it, and we were, the best of my knowledge, the only YouTubers that mentioned it. So
yeah,
keep your ear to the ground.
And if you're new here, please click the bell icon. Click subscribe, click the bell icon, and then go check out PewDiePie because he needs help.
He doesn't.
You know, Dude Perfect is like right behind him.
Dude Perfect is on their tail, and I don't care.
I like Dude Perfect, man. Dude Perfect is awesome.
It's just something about middle-aged men doing stunts.
Well, I mean, they didn't start. They may be like middle-aged men now, but they weren't when they start, from what I remember.
It worked for Jackass. That was lightning in a bottle. You don't have to recreate it.
Well, they're not doing Jackass stuff, though.
Well, they're not going to go to the extremes that Jackass did.
This is true. All right, so let's go ahead and read a couple of the answers that
we're so unpopular nobody answered. Watch.
Nobody. Well, we did name our show Nobody's Watching.
Ron Park said, I'm rich. And I think that was the only...
I wish I could have got Alex's answer before he left. We should have made him answer before he left. Okay, well, give me your answer. What would your answer be? So the question was a useless superpower that you can pick. So, but it can't be something like super strength.
Can't be a useful superpower.
It can't be like uber crazy useful that's been used a billion times in comic books kind of thing. Something random. Now, I do like the rich one. That's nice. Ron, I did not think Batman for some reason, but yeah.
Mine would be to be able to look at somebody and know their blood alcohol content or what drug they were currently on just by looking at them.
Really?
Yeah. That's kind of useless, but I think it could kind of help me also.
It'd be a hell of a cop.
Well, maybe it's not that useless, is it, then?
Well, I mean, but it's not really like a crazy superpower. You know what I mean? You're not going to fly and crush his car and stop.
It's
going to be like, you, sir, you're over the limit. No, I'm not. And he's like, we'll go to the station and you can do a test. And then
this man has a blood alcohol level of 5,000.
Honestly, you know what my superpower would be?
What would yours be? It's Alex. And he hung up.
Oh, no, Alex, no.
IR and radio wave control.
Now, that's cool. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. You did see that.
Either rich or can weave any basket I want.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you want that?
It's useless. That's why.
Well, I guess
that's the question.
All right. You want to hear mine?
Yeah, sure, I guess. Do I have an option?
No.
Okay.
And neither do you, so stick tight. The ability to refill anything.
To refill anything.
Oh, my beer's running out. refilled. My gas tank's empty, refilled. My bank account's empty. That's right, baby. I would so abuse that though. It'd be like, oh, food supplies out.
I mean, that's a kind of a cool superpower like mine is, but that's not. Hey, let me get armored spandex. And
World hunger. I got this, bitch. Hold on.
Fly swats are empty in the third world.
I could take 2 fish and feed the world.
The multitude.
Hey, feed the multitude.
Fishes and loaves from the Sermon on the Mount.
But I mean, that would
was
be
Jesus' one of his superpowers.
That was his superpower. Maybe that's a little far for me, but I've always thought about if I had to pick a useless superpower, that would definitely be it. Because I mean,
so basically,
my
you
Mountain
be
Dew's
Jesus.
out and just be able to fill it right back up and then go back to drinking it. You know, I mean,
right.
I got the idea from I think it was the end of Doctor Strange, or was it Thor?
I don't know.
Anyway, he's sitting there with the beer after he drank it, and then you just see it refill back up.
What was yours, White Wolf? I didn't see it.
Yeah, we didn't see it, so type it back in, bro. By the way, for those people who don't know, White Wolf is actually my real brother.
I lost it. All right, White Wolf, what is yours?
Yeah, because we definitely need to see it. But I mean, the ability to be able to refill anything would actually really be great. I got 2 notifications. The phone call started and the phone call ended. Anything? Did anything show up? Type faster! Expedia.
Teleportation to only places I've been. Okay, we did know that.
Yeah, I think we talked about that in the beginning.
Yeah, and in order for you to get more places you can teleport to, you have to drive there. And when you teleport there, it's only that specific spot where you're setting when you set it to teleport.
I know exactly how we would
That's
use
from
it.
Jumper, though.
Yeah, kind of. Well, except he could see it through a picture and do it. You know, honestly, I know exactly how he'd use that.
He'd go to the nudie bar.
No, it'd be like, oh, I'm at the family reunion. Yep, I ate. I'm done. Back home. I don't want to be in traffic. Back to work. Yeah, that would actually kind of be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it would be. Anyway,
I think this is it. I think that's what our show is going to be for today. If you are watching later on, you can check us out every Friday. We go live, and we'd love to, start doing these kind of question ordeals, be able to talk with you guys. Maybe we can do a stream, and we'll just leave it up to the fans.
That's right.
I mean, once we really get the ball going. As well, if you are watching right now and or later, let me go ahead and throw this in there. Start telling your friends about us, dude. If they got a Friday off and they're not doing anything, it fell. If they got a Friday off and they're not doing anything, definitely let them know. We're actually wanting to grow this. Let's catch up with all these big name YouTubers. I would love for that to happen to where we can't even read the comments. Dude, I'm totally down for that.
Have to hire somebody to read comments to us. Have to hire somebody to switch scenes like this instead of having me do it. See? I'm terrible at it. I need to be able to afford somebody else to be a scene switcher.
We do the best we can, and Alex, you see how useful he is. He turns us on and leaves on a bright note. Well,
that's what my wife says I do. Hey!
Anyway, let's go ahead and end the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm Kyle the Irishman Waro, and this is...
Nobody's listening
and
live!
He's gone. So, we'll hope to see you next Friday. I'm going to go ahead and re-talk about the same question. If you're new here, you can't answer the question. Would you like us to start doing videos on the Wednesdays? Not live streams, but, stupid stuff. Also, go check out our Patreon, check out our Facebook, I believe, and check out our Twitter, which we still didn't put up on screen, even though we talked about that
right.
all last episode.
All last episode.
So, we hope to see you guys next Friday. And, I think that's it, dude.
All right.
I think we're done.
All right. Taking us out.
All right.
Enjoy the weekend.
Peace.
Deuces.